Hello everybody, Paper Mario Sunshine here, and, well, welcome to the Animal Crossing Retrospective. So, we're starting off with the first game of this Animal Crossing series. Well, I know this Animal Forest, but technically Animal Crossing is the first worldwide release of Animal Crossing, and it is basically a superly enhanced port of Animal Crossing. So, anyways, I do not have a profile in here, but my sister does, so we're going to do my profile. So, well, we're going to do like 3 episodes of these retrospectives on each one. I will have to see if I do have Animal Crossing on my Wii U, or the Wild World one, because I know it does have on Virtual Console. But if anything, if I don't, then I'm not going to buy it. I'm just going to go find my Wild World copy and just, use that instead and record from my 3DS. Anyways, we have Rover, just like Animal Crossing New Leaf. He's the next to him and across the train, and, well, I'll just ask you a bunch of questions, which determines what your character will look like. And obviously, if you guys know my real-life name... how do I make things bigger? There we go. Yeah, this is definitely something new to me for a long while. It's been forever since I played this. Yes, isn't it cool? Brought up your ticket now. I wasn't eavesdropping per se. I think you're going over to Olympus. So yes, my sister named it Olympus. Obviously, I do come from a Greek family, so... I'm moving. Leave me alone. Yeah, this game was very mean. Like, very harsh compared to the later Animal Crossings. And you'll see that when we go and get to the town. Because the townspeople are also very rude compared to how they are in the later installments. It's me, yeah, he also does he says it's a good impression, so yeah, that's a Mario impression. But yeah, he does that, he calls Tom Nook on his phone, and we got it. Well, basically, we're on our way to Olympus. Yeah, and obviously Rover knows who Tom Nook is. Wow, he literally just called this helpless. Alright, let's see what we look like. I remember I used to reset whatever it would look like back then. I just did this off of just how I remembered. I don't know. Just, randomly. So, let's see what it looked like. I bet you I look ugly. Actually, no, not bad. And we have Porter here, yes. He finally came back, actually. In New Leaf, he was his return. And God, do the controls feel weird. So, obviously, you move around with the control stick. C-stick doesn't really do much, I don't remember. And also, you could just move around in a circle. Like, look at this. Like, I don't think you can do that in New Leaf or any of the other Animal Crossings, in fact. And obviously, B you can use to run. Once you get off, there's Tom Nook. So yes, this is very different, because the first thing you do when you get here, Tom Nook is like... Well, Tom Nook is very mean at you, I guess. I don't know, there's just like a lot of things that could definitely be a lot more harsh for today's people, I guess. And I guess my sister already got this. Oh my god, there's so many weeds. So it's forever since it's been played. So which one was my sister's house? I believe it's this one since it's the biggest, so let me see. She put in spaces by accident, probably. My sister's not older than me. I think you guys remember her from the older videos. So yeah, I guess that's her house. And oh boy, the message board. The last time she probably played was 2 years ago. So it's crazy. Anyways. Gonna take the top left, I guess. And yeah, you obviously have your basic houses. They're pretty empty. And yeah, the Animal Crossing atmosphere in these games are a lot different than everything else. It's like the most unique Animal Crossing because of how much stuff it has in it. Sure, it doesn't have the amount of like fish or whatever you could catch or clothing or furniture, but it does have other things, sort of like the lighthouse. It has statues that you can make of yourself, which is like crazy after you like 100% the game. So it definitely gives you more rewards for 100%ing the game overall. But yeah, this game is definitely what started the series, but I don't think it's what put the series on the map. I definitely think it had some fans. It was kind of like Pikmin when it first came out. It has its fans here and there, but then when it got ported to the Wii, then Pikmin finally, I think, definitely hit the mark. And also with Olimar and Brawl being there as well. I was going to click on Tell Me Again. I remember it being a lot cheaper. Like 17,800 bells. This isn't dirt cheap. Wow, I got lied to by Rover. And yeah, usually Tom Nook has this like beginning one, you know, the Nook Cranny, but I think this one's already upgraded because of what he's wearing. God, there are a lot of weeds. I guess that's what happens when you don't visit a town for a long time. Right, we got Dump here. This is also the only game with the Dump. We have Cleo and Ozzy, Kabuki, which is the guy we saw earlier, Jane, one of my, I guess, it used to be a favorite because I do like the gorilla villagers. Ava and Billy, Daisy. I believe Daisy's in our newly village, so this is crazy. Rocco, Penny, Poncho, Freya. I love Freya, one of my favorites. Puck, I think. Tangy is also amazing, and Kiki. So we have like some really more well-known villagers here, like Freya, Daisy. Let's see who else. Tangy and Kiki, and yeah, those four. So Nooks is this way. And yeah, the game is a lot more, like, just weirder overall. As, like, what's going on. It's the only game with the soccer, basketball, and volleyballs are, like, randomly lie around. And here we have Kiki. So, yeah, animals also tend to leave without notice, like, when they move. Also, the music is definitely a lot more different than it is nowadays. And here's Tangy. And also, the Animalese is definitely a lot more different than compared to what it is now. And yes, it is a different, it's Nook way, so. Yeah, Tom Nook now is the one running rather than his sons, but his sons do run when you make it into Nookington. I think this is the third upgrade, actually. Because there's one prior to this. Yeah, as you can see. And I think the only thing different about this Animal Crossing game is, I think it's the only one, but you could change your menu by doing this. And you get the shirt, whatever you put, so now we have a big dot shirt. And also, thank God that they stopped working. Thank God they stopped with the working, because the work is probably the most annoying part about Animal Crossing. So he tells us to plant around the house. And also, this is one of the only few games where you can actually mass release all of the stuff you want to drop on the floor. So yeah, you have your flowers here. Yeah, just definitely a lot of time has passed by. Holy shit. I guess we'll plant a tree here. And yeah, there's like a lot of different stuff with this Animal Crossing game in terms of like what's going on. There's different events as well. I think this is the only game in the series where there's like some really obscure events like involving with like sports and just being around the other villagers that just participate in them. I always wanted to participate with villagers, but I guess not. Yeah, there's a lot of weeds, so yeah, it's crazy how long it's been since my sister last played this. I mean, you could basically plant these anywhere, by the way. You don't have to specifically plant them around nooks, but I guess since it's the closest, we get rid of it that way. And also, a lot of things are a lot different, like, especially with fishing mechanics, the fish are just a lot more jankier, because the game didn't really age that well, per se, especially because you have the auto-scrolling kind of thing here. As you can see, when you move up and down, it takes a while for the screen to load up everything. Rather than, you know, you could just walk and nothing, like, you could just walk and you just see whatever's ahead of you and whatnot, rather than doing this, where it just stops you for a moment and you then continue running. But then again, this was originally a Nintendo 64 game, so can't really complain. At least they fixed these kind of problems in Wild World, but there's definitely still some room to grow in Wild World as well. Because we'll get to Wild World eventually. Anyways, we got that planted. But yeah, this is the only thing I really don't like about the older Animal Crossing games is just working for Nook. It is indeed a chore, as he says it. And now we're gonna have to introduce ourselves to everyone. So we already introduced ourselves to quite a few, and we also have to see the mayor as well, which we were the mayor in New Leaf, but now this is a different game, and the old mayor Tortimer is actually the mayor now. So let's also get the map. I believe it should be more south of us. And also, unlike New Leaf, this game actually has 2 levels. And New Horizons actually is reintroducing that. And here's Penny. I think Penny's an Animal Crossing only character, because I know that there's what's it called? There's staircases in New Horizons, so I'm guessing that there's levels are returning. Dang, that's rude. Yeah, once again, like, you also, I believe that, oh, never mind, I guess you can't go back. And yeah, so levels are returning, and also this is new, and look, it's our friend Daisy. And yes, she does still keep her Bow Wow sign. I guess her, not nickname of sorts, but her little phrase that she says. But yeah, these are also new. When we get a shovel, you could dig these up and you get 1,000 bells. And you could actually plant your shovel in there for a golden tree, which gives you, I think, a golden shovel. And obviously here's a museum where Blathers is. And you can actually use LNR as well in this game to run. And yeah, this had a police station. In later games, you have to unlock the police station. And these guys are actually become the gatekeepers in City Folk and Wild World. And also, we have, I guess some furniture here and clothes that have been missing for many, many years. It's a number 3 shirt, I guess not. Yeah, this game is definitely very unique. The Loudline shirt. Alright, let's see the furniture here. It's a storefront. An elegant umbrella, I guess we'll take it. Also, I didn't realize that he saluted and did like, you know, was like a police kind of thing. Oh, there's Freya! And one of my friends online, he made like replicas of Animal Crossing character photos. Because in New Leaf, you do get the pictures of your fellow town members by befriending them, like basically to like a maximum level, to the point that they basically don't want to move from your town. And he made one of Freya, which was hilarious because he had like the actual colored frame that you would get for Freya. We have Billy, I guess because he's Billy Goat. And here's Ava. So yeah, there's a lot of characters that we have never met in our town. There's definitely there's only exclusive to Animal Crossing. And we also have Tortimer here. My dad, my mom, my grandpa, or my grandma, my grandpa. You're supposed to answer grandpa. He asks you which animal is your favorite in later games. And obviously you're supposed to say the tortoise or turtle or whatever. So there we go. The well is also something very unique to this game. In Japan, I believe it was something else. It was definitely something more Japanese tradition, if I recall correctly. I was watching a video of Animal Crossing. Here we have Jane. And not sure who else we need to meet. We don't have our map with us quite yet, so it's quite difficult to really transverse here. I do believe we're getting close to the dump, actually. Yes, we are. We have some stationery papers, so... Lattice, or I'm not even sure I pronounce that, and the ivy paper, so we don't really need those quite yet. I mean, we're going to get some papers later. And obviously here's the post office, and where you can change your music. Anyways, I believe that is everyone. Hopefully. Actually, let's recheck the map. We met Rocco, we met Jane. Oh, we still have Kabuki and these 3 left to go. And we forgot Puck as well, so we need to head back down there. And I guess we could also head to the tailor while we're at it. And also, here's the dock where you actually see Kappa, and you could go to the Game Boy only island area, which is pretty unique to the game as well. You got to play with one villager that was, I think, island exclusive over there, and they on the Game Boy, so they would pick up items and whatnot. So it was definitely something very unique and different compared to now. And we have Kabuki here. And Ozzy. I didn't even know like Ozzy was a guy, because I thought honestly kind of... Oh, now that I see it, I'm not sure if that's his nostril or like a tiny mustache, but Ozzy definitely looked more like a girl when I first saw Ozzy before. And also a lot different. There's giant lakes compared to the our more modern Animal Crossing games, so there's like a little dock and whatnot where you can fish. And that's where a lot of events happen, like the 4th of July shows and whatnot. Alright, so I believe Puck should be over here. He's a penguin, so he should be, I think, up here. Yep. And that's everyone. So let's head back in. I think we're going to end off the episode. But yeah, definitely very different playing this game. And it's going to be even way more different because I haven't played Wild World in many more years than this game. Because I do come back to this game every now and then whenever I just feel like, hey, let me just see how my old town is doing. But for Wild World and City Folk, those are two games I haven't played in a very long time. Yeah, let's see what Tom Nook will say now that we're finished. It's quite a motley crew indeed. Oh yeah, I forgot, we have to deliver furniture as well. And Kiki is in B2, which is actually pretty close. I think we'll let this keep going for a few more minutes. I mean, this is pretty close. I thought if it was going to be further, then I would have ended off the episode and continued later on. And yeah, delivery was basically nearly automatic back then. So, yeah. And they also gave us gifts, so definitely something we'll do when we head back to our house. And yeah, she's giving us the whole tutorial, even though we're pretty... Ooh, excuse me. Oh my god, that was like a big hiccup. Even though we're already pretty experienced Animal Crossing players. Should never delete our old town. I like how he says that we fared quite a few bells. I mean, it's your... I mean, it's technically more of his fault rather than mine. Okay, give me a map. And now we gotta go to Cleo. Which is also pretty close, honestly. And we're supposed to write a letter to them. But yeah, we'll write this letter and we'll go and... I think it's Cleo. Also, they have all these symbols, which is also pretty unique to Animal Crossing. Oh my god, this is so much different. Cow skull. Oh, let's give it a cow skull. We give the horse a cow skull. Just for the hell of it. Yeah, so this game is definitely something weird going back to. And it's really crazy to see the long way we've come from at the original. And by the way, this is an enhanced port, basically, like a super enhanced port of Animal Forest, which was technically the first Animal Crossing game on the Nintendo 64. So yeah, this is a really long way from that. We've basically come full circle. Because both games do involve working for Tom Nook. In a way, like you're under his thing. Like, hey, you want to live in this island or live in this town? You're going to have to do these things. And, you know, if you want to craft your stuff, you have to come to my place. All that other stuff. So, yeah, it's pretty, like, crazy that it just went the an entire circle. We get 130 bells for delivering mail. So yeah, now we have to help out some villagers. But we'll do that in the next episode. Well, of the retrospective. So yeah, in the next episode we'll talk about some old stories of Animal Crossing. Past towns that I had in this game. And some basic other stuff about this game, like my thoughts, more general thoughts about it as a whole. So yeah, we'll see you all for the next Animal Crossing.